All right, who's ready for a brand new update? Today I have the box office update for this past weekend. We're going to take a look at the weekend as well as final numbers for some of these films, how they're faring, and what we can expect going into the next week or so. So we've got the latest weekend here, July 28th through the 30th, and you can see that Barbie scored big again with $93 million. So let's take a look at this here. All right, so Barbie lost money from the previous weekend, obviously, because it's very rare that movies go up. The only place where we saw movies go up was with Sound of Freedom, and now it's on its decline as well. But you can see that the total gross on Sound of Freedom is up to $150 million, which is even higher still than Mission Impossible. It's actually still performing better than Mission Impossible. But we have Barbie at the top, who has a total gross here in the United States of $351 million after its first, 9 days, 10 days in theaters. We're going to see how this fares in the coming weeks. You have Oppenheimer, who, again, is neck and neck with Barbie. People don't understand that these two movies are performing exactly the same as far as their numbers go. Now, you can't look at the change here because it's the amount of theaters. Oppenheimer is going to perform neck and neck with Barbie. You have to understand that Oppenheimer is an hour longer than Barbie, which means it can have half the show times. And if you look at the numbers, it is making almost exactly half of what Barbie is making. And so people are seeing Oppenheimer, and it's doing big overseas as well. Now, the big surprise to me, well, it's not really a surprise, is the Haunted Mansion, which debuted this weekend. You can see it has no losses or percent changes because it's a brand new movie at theaters. I did review this on my channel. I will leave a link to that review. I really enjoyed this movie. It was one of the biggest surprises of the summer for me. I think it's a wonderful film. It doesn't have any type of political agenda. There's nothing in it to steer people away. It's what people go to the movies for, to be entertained. And it was really well done. But it made $24 million, and you can see that it was in more theaters than Oppenheimer was. So it is kind of sad to see that the average on that is half of what Oppenheimer was doing. Sound of Freedom continues to kill it. It is still doing better. It's in more theaters, and it is still performing extremely well. That movie has some serious legs on it. Mission Impossible is faltering. You can see that its numbers are way down, and I really don't understand why it's in such few theaters. It should be. There's too many good movies out. I mean, if you look at the top 5 films, all of these are good movies. And that's kind of what happened this year in July, is that it was crammed with too much stuff. And then you have Talk to Me, which I think that's a horror film. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a horror fan. And then you have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is still in there, but it's doing worse every week. It's not even going to make $200,000 in the domestic run. But let's look at what these films did, worldwide. So let's go back here and let's look at... We're going to look at worldwide. So let's take a look at this here. So these are the grosses for worldwide through yesterday. And you can see that Super Mario Brothers is still the number 1 movie of the year. I don't think anything's going to reach that. Barbie might. There's a possibility Barbie might end up number 1 for the year simply because it has larger legs on it than I think anybody was expecting. So domestic, you can see it's at $351 million. And you can see that worldwide it's $774 million. There is a possibility it might reach Super Mario Brothers. It could end up being the number 1 movie of the year. You have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Barbie is definitely going to surpass that, probably here in the next week. You have Fast X, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Little Mermaid, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. And you have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Indiana Jones is sitting at number 13, and it's not even going to get up to Elemental numbers, which is pretty sad. You can see everything else just falls behind it. But, these are the movies definitely to keep an eye on up here. And so you could see that for the year, this year, people have been hesitant to go to the movies. And Mission Impossible is the one really weird movie in the lot. There's no reason why this movie shouldn't be doing well. There really isn't. It's a fantastic movie. It should be doing a lot better than it is. The rest of the movies do seem to be where they should be. I will tell you probably my favorite film of the year as of right now is John Wick Chapter 4. That is one of the top 10 best action films I have ever seen. And I would put Oppenheimer number 2. Now, Oppenheimer is only in its second week as well. It's going to continue to climb. I see it definitely reaching into the top 3, I think, for the year. I think we're going to end up with Barbie, Super Mario, and Oppenheimer. I don't think there's going to be anything else this year that's going to reach anywhere near those numbers, but we will see what happens here in the near future. So it's pretty crazy what these movies are doing. You can see here, it shows you by the day. So on Friday, there was a 70% year-to-date increase. You've got on July 29th, which was a Saturday, 17%, and then there was a 20% decrease in Sunday in the numbers. But you can see this is for the Barbie movie, what it did. It's showing you the number 1 release is Barbie. It's not; these aren't Barbie's numbers. This is they're showing you what the number 1 release was throughout the last 10 days, and it's all Barbie. So you can see the gross last Friday, was 70 million. Then this Friday, again, 29 million. So there was a big decrease there in weekends because these movies were not new. Now, next week, we have coming up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I'm still on the fence on whether I'm going to go see that or not. I'm not, even though I'm an animation fan and I'm a voice actor, I'm not happy with the style of art that they're choosing to do with, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and now with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I prefer regular animation, and I'm not really a fan of the art style. And it seems like this is where Hollywood is headed, but we'll see. I may or may not see it this weekend because I don't think there's anything else coming out that I would go see. But there's the update for the week. I will be doing these updates every week now. We're going to take a look at the numbers after the weekend, and we're going to see where it is. Now, I'm not sure if they've got the numbers here for Monday. I don't think Monday's numbers have come in yet. I'm pretty sure they have not. So if we look at daily numbers, yeah, so they only have this updated through Sunday. So we'll get Monday's numbers later. But I will do my next update this coming weekend, either on Sunday or Monday, probably on Mondays. I'm probably going to have to do the box office updates on Monday simply because they don't update them until that day. You can see that this was just updated just a little over an hour ago. So I'm going to have to definitely keep an eye on this and do these updates on Mondays. I do appreciate the support. We will see you on the next video.